Hi there. Hello. It has been a minute. Over a year of a minute. We have a new setup. Same space, just rearranged. Don't look at my fingers. I have a hot chip addiction. Just don't look at them. I'll do my nails in a few minutes. Anyway, new setup. Very fun. We have a new addition to the wall behind me. Lots of new additions. I think last time my desk was in a completely different area. I pushed it in a corner. It works way better. I was doing some things yesterday. I'm not sure the things I was doing are ever gonna turn into anything. Today we're just gonna do some fun things. Anyway, I am going to go finish getting ready and do my nails so y'all don't gotta look at my hot Cheeto fingers. And then we'll get into it. I really recommend doing things the exact same way every day because it has only been 30 minutes since I went to go do all that stuff. Now it's 11 o'clock in the morning and we get to decide what we're gonna do. I did my nails to hide my hot Cheeto fingers. I just put on a set that I had 2 weeks ago that I ripped off because I work in a pottery studio. And I will rip them off at the slightest inconvenience. That's why I don't get my nails done. I just press-ons. These are my painting overalls. They're new-ish. They were my grandpa's. And they're no longer his. They're mine now. Got a lot of grandpa clothes that everybody compliments. It's real fun. I don't have much going on today. We're gonna set up to paint. I don't have as aesthetic as of a setup as other people do because I am chaotic and I'm going to keep it chaotic because I am chaotic. I might paint that. Well, this is the first time I have ever done a voiceover, but I'm gonna do it because normally I just put music here and low-key, if I was watching a music video, like a YouTube video with music right there, I don't think I would. I don't pay attention. I like to hear people yap. So you get to hear me yap. So I started with acrylic paper and then I taped it down using plain old normal painter's tape. And this is where I start with the underpainting. So for my underpaintings, I like to use gesso anyway, even though it's like canvas paper, just because it gives a flat background color tone to your painting, even though you're painting on paper. And yeah, that's the only bad thing about mixing paint with gesso is sometimes you get a giant paint glob and then your background is not all one color. Sorry if y'all can hear my chair squeak, by the way. I can't fix it. Oh, here I sped it up because who wants to watch me just paint a piece of paper purple? Oh, that was a tongue twister. Paint a piece of paper purple. And then watch. We're done. And then magic. There's an outline. Yeah, it was kind of boring watching me paint the outline, so I just cut the whole thing out of the video. But I start with painting the water. It's very fun. It's not that fun. The water painting, I don't know what it is about water painting. I've never been able to get it. But I really just like kind of, you can tell it's water. Once you get to the end, like it is very clearly water that is being painted right there. And so it's really, 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 really fun. So, sorry, you can definitely hear my laptop being an airplane. It just wants to be an airplane right now. That's the one bad problem about certain expensive laptop brands. It's not worth it. Don't do it. It's a MacBook. It's a MacBook Pro. And it wants to be an airplane engine so bad whenever I edit videos. All I'm doing right now is watching the video playback. I'm watching the exact same thing you are watching so that I can talk about it. Anyway. Yeah, no, I think that the water that I did here, actually, it looks like water. You can tell that it's the ocean. So I really, really nailed that one. But you put me in front of a giant painting of an ocean. There was one in a previous video, still to this day unfinished. I have not finished it. In all fairness, that painting is oil. This is acrylic. I use acrylic paint primarily. My favorite brand is Golden, as you can see over there on the right. But I also will use the Winsor & Newton, that one, every once in a while. And Liquitex. I am no stranger to Liquitex Basics. I do use it in my paintings. I believe that the quality of the paint does not matter if you know how to use it. But, oh, I got through the sky quick. See, you can tell that's a sky. And now we're gonna work on the mountains in the background. So I'm gonna put the reference photo up right here, just because I forgot to do that already. So now here, it's there, you can see it. That's what I'm painting. And it's not perfect. It's not ever gonna be perfect. That's the one thing that I like about painting is you can paint from a reference and you can make it however you want. Your own, 1000%. And it will be totally phenomenal in your own way. Here I was refusing to mix brown. I didn't want to get brown, and so I was mixing close-ish to brown, and then I had green on top. Don't know why. No idea why. But, you know, it's my choice. It's pretty great. Can you hear my computer clicks? I'll be honest, is this a bad voiceover? I like to think I'm pretty entertaining, but I also just ramble and yap about everything. All of my friends think so. They will literally stop talking to me when I'm talking and stop listening because I will not shut up. But I moved on to the lemons now. The lemons are primarily the reason that I chose this reference photo. Yellow is my favorite color. So I added a lot of yellow into here. And what I did in order to get it to not be completely transparent and be more opaque is I just mixed it with white. I made a really pale yellow. And that's how I am putting in all of the lemons. This painting has a lot of lemons, and I just keep adding lemons as it goes on. You'll see. Oh, here I go, refusing to get brown again. I have brown paint. It was literally behind me. However, I didn't want to get it. It was too far. The brown paint that was behind me was too far. But I start getting all of the branches in. And then you have to go back and add definition and shadow. Also, I'm really sorry for the very weird kind of window glare that's happening at the top there. It is what it is. I can't go back and fix it, so it's just gonna be there. Now, the rocks look like rocks in my opinion. This is kind of like almost an impressionistic way of painting. I don't know. However, I will say, for some reason, I just am not a landscape painter. I cannot landscape paint for the life of me. Like, only the landscape paintings that I do as, like, sketches, I like. So, like, I do like this one, but big landscape painting, cannot do. Cannot do. I spent years thinking I was a landscape painter because my mom is primarily a landscape painter. But I figured out eventually that I am way better and way happier whenever I draw portraits. because you can really make those people look funky. And that's what I like, is making people look funky. I had to get my really, really tiny brush here to like make little branches. I don't remember how much you can see of the little branches by the time I actually finish this painting. Also, you're gonna hear me yap for a few more minutes, and then you're gonna hear me yap some more in front of the camera. It's insane. It's insane. I just love talking. But gotta add all of the tiny little leaves in there, you know? There's so many tiny little leaves in this painting. That's one of the reasons I hate landscape painting, is I don't like painting leaves. Like painting like one big leaf, totally fine, totally acceptable. But a bunch of tiny little leaves, I'm bad at trees. Like, I cannot paint a tree. I can paint a plant and draw a plant, but I never got the tree concept. So I practice at trees, but more often than not, I let my trees be big blobs. I like my big blobby trees. In this case, the leaves are big blobs. I do go back and add more definition later, but, you know, gotta shade the lemons first. The lemon shading is phenomenal. That is what we should do. Because I went in originally with that paler yellow. That's not the color of a lemon. Like, it might be the color of a lemon in certain lighting. It is not the color of backlit lemons, which is what these are. And even then, you still gotta go add more shadows with the orange. These lemons honestly turned out so good for like what I was doing. You can really tell in the finished product that they are lemons, that it is a lemon tree. Anyway, I don't know where this is, but I would love to go live there. Granted, I've never left America, and this is definitely not America, but I would love to go visit at least and see the giant lemon tree. Speaking of lemon trees, I do have a lemon tree on my back porch right now. That is big and beautiful and phenomenal and growing one lemon. And I'm so excited because I just got 2 new blooms on my lemon tree. And the 2 new blooms might turn into 2 more lemons. And I'm so excited for my lemons. Oh, we're done with the painting portion. Now we're moving on to markers, because this is what I do. I just like going in and adding outlines to things, but like, it's not like perfect outlining. It's just like kind of there outlining. And then you can also add texture. So that was sand, and now it looks like sand. I love paint markers so much. The Posca markers are my favorite, but there's some other cool acrylic markers that I want to get, but I don't remember the brand of them. But I carry the Posca markers everywhere. I sketch with them in my sketchbooks, and I outline my paintings. I use them a lot in all of my paintings, especially the ones I did my last painting semester of college. I say that because there was another semester after the painting semester where I was not painting. I had 0 painting classes. But see, like, going in and outlining the leaves, so cute. And then you gotta get in there and outline the lemons too. Overall, I just really love the outlined painting look whenever it's done with like markers and not done perfect. Like, I'm just kind of going in and like sketching on top of the painting. And it's really, really fun. Because see, I can even make new leaves from things that were once prior 1 leaf. I now have 2 leaves. But the leaf outline is honestly what I think makes this painting at the end of the day. It's really, really fun. And squiggly. I like how squiggly it is. It really puts the right definition there. And now you gotta go back in with the brown and get the tree again. However, that is not a good brown. I do need to find a darker brown is what I have figured. And then I went through it and I didn't like the yellow that was already there. So I went through with this like pale orange and redid it. And honestly, I think the pale orange worked a lot better than that yellow that I was using, the pastel yellow. It looks really good on some things, but on the yellow, the pastel yellow was not showing up. And then you have to go in with gray for the background mountains. I also added in some mountainy lines there, some shading. So you can tell that they're mountains. It's not just like a cloud, it's a mountain. I don't know, I never thought it was a cloud until just now when I said that. This is my favorite one whenever I go in and I like add more definition to the actual clouds. Yeah, because that white really, really pops. And yep, that's it. And then I had tiny little baby clouds. And that's it for that painting. One last thing to do, sign your artwork, always. I'm in a mess. I made a really big, really nasty mess over here. We're just gonna not look at it, pretend like it's not there. I'll clean it up in a second. Essentially, painted that painting. I already went and hung it up on a wall somewhere. It's above my bed. There's a weird blank spot on my bed, which you might have seen this morning when I was making my bed. It's not fun. So I've been trying to figure out what to fill it with. Essentially, I can pull out 1,000,000 Polaroids or I can paint 1,000,000 paintings. Either one. It works. I got paint on my hands and my arms. Painted that. I think I'm going to clean up and then sketch a little bit before I end up having to clean my whole apartment. I might go take a nap first. Kind of hungry. Find something to eat. Nap a little bit. Come back to this. New day. Not the same outfit. Same overalls. Not the same shirt. This one's darker. And it says Baylor College of Dentistry. I did things yesterday. I cleaned my apartment because my landlord was coming. I did not do any more art after the painting I did. Kind of. I didn't film any art. But I did go to my friend Jean's studio. I have to go grab something really fast. This is my Sula bag. It's typically for potters. But I put all of my art stuff in here. It works. There's so many pockets. I just don't have anything, done. I don't have it organized. I just throw stuff in here. But my Prismacolors were in here. And I have markers. This is my go bag. It also has Prismacolors and some other random art supplies. It's when I go to coffee shops. That's my go bag. My Kindle. My tiny sketchbook. And my big sketchbook. Both were in here. I always buy the red ones. I don't know, I like the red. It's the brightest color sketchbook you can get. But they're Moleskine sketchbooks. I like the Moleskine sketchbooks. The only thing I found that bleeds through the paper is alcohol markers, which luckily I don't play with that often. Yesterday when I went to Jean's studio, this is what I had with me. Everything in the bag. And I drew bugs. Got lots of bugs. Bug drawing. I drew little ants to cover the blank space. But I don't know what this guy is. It's just like a little moth guy. I learned I'm bad at fuzzy. I knew I was bad at fuzzy. I don't know why I tried it. But the ladybug is unproportionate. His name is Carl. I didn't name the rest of them, but this beetle is my favorite. And then the praying mantis. And then I did the caterpillar last, and I outlined it in red. And I'm not sure if I like the red outline on it, but we'll see. I am the world's worst sketchbook artist because I've been working on this sketchbook since 2022, and I still have this much paper left. The very first thing in here is dated May 2nd, 2022. It has been over 3 years that I have been working on this sketchbook now, because today is May something, May 21st of 2025. It's fine. I started a big sketchbook. I hate this. I love this. The size difference, I don't know why, I just really like the smaller one. It seems less intimidating, but the bigger one is fun to paint in. I have this gouache painting. Weird collage painting I did one day when I was supposed to be studying for biology exam. I passed the biology exam without studying. I'm pretty sure I wrote some cheat codes on my arm, but we're just never going to tell my biology teacher that. This is the last thing I drew in here. It's a chicken. I don't know why the theme of this sketchbook is chicken, but it's chicken. Maybe I should draw some fried chicken next to the chicken. I might sketch, or I might just edit the videos. I have to see how much video footage I have. And then I can start a new video. Are y'all tired of the art vlogs yet? I know there's only 20 of you, but are you tired of the art vlogs? I have ideas. Big brain ideas. Anyway, I'm gonna stop yapping and go look at this camera footage and figure out if I have a whole video here or not. And if not, I'll come back and draw something or paint something. We shall see. Do you know what's actually insane? Is the fact that I just found old footage that was never edited or put anywhere into any videos. I'm pretty sure. So I don't even know what was happening. I went through the old footage that I had. It's nothing. Me yapping with my best friend and then prepping a canvas. That canvas has not been touched since that video. I can promise that. I can promise that one. Is there any art, anything in here? Like, oh, I'm not sure how much of this I put on YouTube. Anyway, so long story short, about 2 years ago, not last summer, but the summer before, I painted this painting. That one. She cute. She was an experiment, but she really, really changed my painting style. My paintings went from this to this. And it was a huge difference. It made a huge difference in my happiness and like what I wanted to do. Like my paintings had always been like bright colors. I'm just like my mom, who paints like this, but different, because I do neon colors and fluorescent colors. But it's really, really cool because under black lights, my paintings glow like this. That painting really changed my perspective on painting. I went less from painting what I thought I was supposed to paint and more to painting what I wanted to paint, which I struggle with now. Having graduated college, there's not a lot of motivation to keep painting, because whereas I do work in an art field, my job isn't necessarily always art related, and even when it is art related, it's not painting specific related. So my creativeness has really taken a downtick, and that's what I'm trying to do, is I'm trying to get back into being creative, because I just went through a really, really, really terrible, bad, awful, terrible, depressive episode. Art block. I've had art blocks since I graduated college. I have painted very few things, and the things I have like no inspiration behind them. I used to paint really inspired things, and now I have just completed, probably 2 months ago, completed this painting behind me, which isn't what I want to do. I'm trying to put meaning back behind my artwork, because there's no meaning in that. But I'm going to do a video soon on revisiting old paintings, old unfinished paintings, and flipping them. I might make a series out of it. There's a few. This one actually is technically finished for what I needed it for. I was using it as a background for a photography project. I could do something cool with this. I just have to figure out what. I started this so many years ago. Never finished it. Throwback. I'm pretty sure this might have been in a YouTube video. Still to this day unfinished. We'll get there one day. It's gonna be so much fun. If you think this is crazy, you should see the closet. It's my Harry Potter closet where I keep all of my canvases. I'll also probably do a studio tour coming up, and in about 4 years, when I finally finish a sketchbook tour. Maybe. I don't know how many things in there are appropriate that I can show on this platform. I have enough footage here for a video, so I'm gonna go edit all of this, because sorry for the weird changing audio. We'll get it done. Sayonara, Sammy. Magna cum laude. That means I'm smart. It's like a little dinosaur. Casper? Hello? I don't know how I ended up with 2 computer mouses, but I did. I might go to the park and read my book later. That's it. It's just kind of annoying, because living in Houston, there is a park around every corner. But is there a safe park around every corner? Is there a park where I feel comfortable going to read around every corner? No. But there is a really cool park that I'm going to go to later that my best friend showed me quite a while ago, and I have not been back since the night that we were climbing trees. I might take you with me, I might not take you with me, because even though that park feels safer than the park that's 2 feet away from my house, you still may get mugged. 4th largest city in America. It's great. It's really hot in here. My apartment, it's so hot for no reason right now. I need to trim my bangs. It's hot in here. I don't think the other sketchbook exists anymore. I know it's here somewhere. I just have no idea where. No idea. Oh yeah, it's still there, kinda. I'm having a uveitis flare-up. Don't tell my mom. Package a smear. Oh my. There was a man walking outside.